I want to say my thoughts are with my hometown, Jacksonville, Florida, right now. That tragedy that happened today, actually, at one of the spots I used to hang out a lot as a kid, Jacksonville Landing. Um, that for a lot of us that are my age, that are from Jacksonville, it's not going to be the same for any of us, knowing that's happened there. This is the third time in 12 years, something like that, has happened at the Jacksonville Landing. So it's going to be a little different, especially when I go back home there in a couple months and actually go there and do what I normally do, my normal routine. But that's not what I'm here to talk about mainly, right? But my thoughts are with the First Coast right now. All my folks and family around there. Um, we know that the support is there. But I want to get into something very important, and it always comes up every single time something like this happens, right? These mass shootings, right? Every time we turn around, it's the liberals, got their panties in a bunch about when these things happen. But here's the things that liberals tend to ignore, right? This year alone, 27.4 Americans a day die from violence, from use of a firearm, right? You don't hear them talk about that. You want to talk about mass shooting? 27 Americans a day, especially in our major cities, that's a mass shooting if you ask me, right? I mean, think about this a minute. You want to worry about, you're not worried about the shooting. You're worried about the device being used, right? Oh, it's okay if it's a handgun, right? That's the narrative liberals and the left is putting out, right? It's okay. It's okay because it's a handgun, right? No, a gun is a gun. If you're going to go for the whole gun narrative, you have to encompass the whole thing, right? Us conservatives, us folks here on the right, libertarians, etc., we talk about the whole thing all the time. Why do you think we bring up Chicago, Baltimore, New Orleans, Los Angeles, Sacramento, San Francisco? Why we bring up those big cities with the high murder rates? And we're also even concerned with the mass shootings. But see, for conservatives, the mass shooting comes twofold, right? What ends up happening is we have to defend our rights to carry a gun at this point, or whatever gun we want to carry, right? And it shouldn't have to come to that. But the reason it does is because liberals don't respect the Constitution. They think the Constitution should be rewritten or whatever, what have you, etc. My beef is that if I have to turn around and defend my rights to carry my sidearm or a rifle or whatever I want to carry to someone, obviously those people don't care about my liberty. They care about everybody else's, but the law-abiding citizen has to catch hell for it. They blame the NRA. NRA ain't got nothing to do with any of this. You're just pointing out something because you have nothing to go on. None of these liberals have anything to go on. They just want to point their fingers at the NRA. For what reason? For what reason? So my message right now to liberals and those on the left and Democrats, all of them, here's my message. When you start giving a damn about the 27.4 people a day being killed by handguns every day in our country, especially in our major cities, then I might actually entertain the thought of, coming up with something to try to deviate this behavior. But the bottom line is we're not gonna repeal or rewrite the Second Amendment, and we're not gonna pass any type of legislation that violates the Fourth Amendment. So if you can come up with an idea that does not infringe on any of those two, we'll be golden. I'll be on board with you 100%. But I know you can't, because you want to use the rifle, the semi-automatic narrative, right? And 90% of handguns or guns, period, are semi-automatic. One bullet, one pull, period. So just admit you want to ban all guns. Then we can have a debate why you want to ban all guns. But as long as you hide behind the semi-automatic rifle bid and not acknowledge the majority of the murders in this country are done by handguns, we can't talk. We can't talk a lick. And I'm speaking this as a black man to you, okay? Because more of my people, black Americans, are getting killed by handguns every day than any other device. Now, you can bring Trump into this, you can bring all that in. It doesn't even matter at this point. Until you acknowledge that handguns are a problem also, which you can't or won't do, because you don't want to go against your fold of people that are running these cities, that is allowing this murder rate to escalate, then we can't talk. When you're ready, when you come to that figurative and that sense, we can have a conversation about it.